It is compulsory to students if want to complete their study, internship program is required. Everybody know it. The objective is to prepare students for their work environment after they are graduate. But certain companies take for granted to use intern for free. This is totally wrong. Although interns lack in experience, let's say is, does it mean to make them to work for free? I've never thought unpaid internship have become particularly problematic nowadays, with many accusing them of exploiting students and aggravating socioeconomic and racial disparities, which mean it is bad for student itself, bad for workers, and also bad for society. Now tell me, who wants to work for free? So I'm strongly disagree if interns work for free. Why interns should be paid for their work? Is intern qualified to be paid? This is not the only platform for interns to gain their experience, but also how to feel to be a worker that being paid for their work in future. They also work same like others. So it is unfair to claim that interns are not qualified to be paid for their work, at least. These issues cannot be taken lightly from now and should be more taken seriously. Hi, hello, my name is Muhammad Amiruddin bin Kamarul Zaman. Now, turning our focus now in 2020 and 2021. In that year, indicates that COVID-19 has resulted in wage reduction and job losses for workers in Malaysia. Interns are not exempt either. Employers have announced that internship schedule during this pandemic would be cancelled without pay, while the majority of students are dissatisfied. They sympathize with the employers. Those who are unfortunate enough to be offered an internship will be able to work from home. Based on the pie chart, student sentiments on cancelled internship in 2020. First, 70% disappointed, but understand the situation. Next, 26% upset and don't know what to do. Lastly, 4% relieved to not work on site. Source from Yellow Virtual Internship Statistic Trends 2020. It has come to my attention that interns should be paid for their work. Nowadays, nothing is free. I believe that by providing free labor to employers, unpaid internship also may put full-time paid workers at a disadvantage. If this situation happen to your precious son or daughter, you as a responsible parent must oppose to against it. Maybe not now, next for sure if these issues prolong. So listen carefully on what I'm gonna tell the rest of you. In any event, an intern is someone who interested in learning about your company at first and the business world in general, and will then assist your company to run smoothly. If the company itself do not pay for their interns' work, the productivity and motivation of the interns will decreasing drastically. Some interns think maybe they could save some money from their work, not to be mentioned that to support their own living costs during the internship program. Now, what kind of benefits that the company will gain after paying the interns for their work? Usually, they only think benefit with profit margin. It is because interns lack in experience to handle in certain projects and lack in all scope to be declared. This is the main reason why companies do not wish to pay interns for their work. I fail to agree with them because of, in my point of view, intern will give a huge positive impact to the company. If they will be paid from their employer, Next, employers often convert interns to full-time employees, which reduces any training-related costs anymore. Employees who start out as intern also likely to stick around than those who did not start as intern. This is we can call it as a loyalty. I remember my first day on the job at this organization. I was an intern as a supervisor. It was my first job and I was excited to receive all the support and encouragement from my co-workers, as well as the fact that I would be receiving a paycheck, which would be my first pay. On the last day the company having me, they throw a farewell party for me. Before I'm finished my interns as a supervisor, the company welcome me again in the future. In addition, interns also bring energy, perspective, and new ideas to employers. In other point of view, an indirect benefit to the employers is that interns keep staff on their toes. Current employees may try harder for fear of being replaced by someone younger in the future, more eager, more enthusiastic, and with freshest ideas. It is crystal clear that who have paid programs and have tracked the difference have found massive benefits for their business as a whole and for their bottom line, according to a lot of research with big employers. Here's what is discovered, which are when compared to unpaid position, you get 3 times the number of applicants for roles that pay at least the minimum wage. This translates to a significant increase in intern quality, culture fit, and everything else that goes into hiring. Next, paid interns are more likely to convert to full-time hires and to stay with a company for the long term. As we can see, internship that pay lower your risk. Internship lawsuits have increased, including major cases against Fox Searchlight. In addition to the risk of being sued, having unpaid interns put your brand at a risk of negativity of publicity. So, what are some of other benefits of paying interns? For this reason, the most important factor is diversity. According to a statistic, African Americans are much more likely than white and Asian students to have attended college. They are also more likely to be first generation college students who rely on their families for financial support. If students are forced to choose between a paycheck and an internships program, organizations trying to hire diverse candidates will struggle. Although it may seem to pay interns such a waste, the truth is not at all. Think twice before do something either is beneficial or not. By the time you paid the interns, the moral boost and the growth in confidence increasing drastically. As a result, this is where the journey of interns to build up their career and moving forward. Moreover, the interns will feel that they are being appreciated for their work. I believe that you will receive abundance for your giving. The more you give, the more you will have. Thank you for listening.